is the Four of Pentacles. What the hell are you hanging on to? Is immediately what I feel like when I see this card. You know, the Four of Pentacles is the hoarder, the miser. You know, you're not wanting to share or give up anything that you have. But to me, immediately I start to question what you're hanging on so tightly to. Especially with Burnt by the Sun and Soulmate, because there's a need for some change. But you can't really change anything if you're hanging on too tightly to something. You are coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. That is beautiful to see. This to me is saying that there are second chances happening. The Wheel of Fortune to me is like when you get to, you know, the end of the aces through the tens and the minors, this being connected with that part of the end of the journey. I feel like, you know, you have learned from past mistakes and you're getting ready to go again. But the beautiful thing with this card is that this is fate and destiny working in your favor. You know, all the bad is going away and you're taking the good with you. You know, there are lessons that are learned here before the restart. And what is crossing you is the Three of Pentacles, which is perfect. You know, this to me says that you're doing the right thing. The Three of Pentacles is being sought out for the work that you do. You know, you're like being recognized for the work that you're doing. People are seeking you out for it. But again, more importantly, it's you doing the right thing. And this crossing you is perfect. So, you know, with the Four of Pentacles, I can kind of understand, you know, that there's a need to hang on to. I almost feel like there's a need here to hang on to your finances, because I feel like maybe some of you are hitting a restart here when it comes to like work, especially with Burnt by the Sun. If like in the past, you know, you've had issues with, you know, things not manifesting the way that you were expecting, now you're doing something new here. Because again, the three is, it's just the beginning, but there's like this second chance involved. You know, in that Four of Pentacles, it's like, oh man, you know, needing to hang on to your finances regarding this new situation here. Now, your conscious mind. Oh, Pisces, why? What? What is happening? The Five of Cups is emotional pain. And again, the message there is that not all is lost. The focus is so on what's gone that you can't see what you still have left. And there's also that feeling there with the Five of Cups that, you know, you're receiving less than what you expected. But with the Four of Pentacles next to that, you need to be careful about hanging on to that, because with the conscious mind being focused on that, the only thing that you're going to manifest is this constant feeling of loss, if that's where you keep your focus. And you don't want to do that. Because truly here, you have a second chance at creating much better things in your life. I mean, the Three of Pentacles crossing you is perfect. But you have to be careful about where you're placing your focus and what you're hanging on to. The subconscious mind, wow. Man, that's no joke seeing that there. The Hangman? Shit. The Hangman is about being in that limbo and needing to see things from a different perspective. This is where you need to put your ego aside in order to get a clearer picture. It's like, you know, needing to find that enlightenment through being able to see things through a clear set of eyes. It's like, it's one of those cards where, you know, the saying, you know, put yourself in somebody else's shoes, needing to see things in a different perspective. Man, oh man, the subconscious mind is like, yeah, we need to see this situation differently. Because again, if you don't, that's what you'll continue to manifest. And you don't want to do that with this happening. Shit, Pisces. The Three of Pentacles to me, though, is saying that you're going to do the right thing, but you need to be careful about what you're hanging on to. And if you're hanging on to your finances, understandable. Absolutely. But you don't want to be hanging on to emotional pain. But with the conscious mind being focused on that, that's no good. It's no good. The past coming through, the Page of Pentacles. Now, This to me is saying that, seeing the three crossing you, it's like you took advantage of the messages that were coming through here. This is the past coming through, is saying that there were opportunities being presented to you and messages about, new financial growth, new work, right? And again, with the page and the three, it's starting at the bottom and working your way up. Achievement through hard work. That page is all about doing the tedious, mundane work that you need to do in order to work yourself up to that achievement. And that's exactly what happens with the Three of Pentacles too. So it's like, to me, you took advantage of it, and there's this feeling of a second chance. But something is not right with your emotions right now, which for Pisces is no good. And clearly your subconscious mind is like, oh, hell no, we need to see that differently. Because, you can't go into a new situation here if you still got painful emotional feelings that are in the forefront of your mind. You don't want to do that, And again, be careful about what you're hanging on to. Your next move, the Chariot. Shit. Needing to get control. This is about willpower and self-control. There's momentum forward here, but, you need to pick a path. Which way are you going? And then you need to stick to it. Man, oh man. And I worry here seeing this just because of the Five of Cups sitting there, because it's like, definitely there's a need to get some control. Because you don't want to be charging forward with some shitty emotions following you. The whole point of the wheel is to take the good with you, not the shitty. Again, though, the Three of Pentacles crossing you is good. But, oh, man, there's really a need to see that differently. And again, the message there is not all is lost, right? Like, your subconscious mind knows that you need to place your focus on what you still have, because, man, you're hanging on to it for sure, right? You don't want to hang on to what's gone. You want to hang on to what you have left, and especially with a restart happening here, right? But you need to get control before you start pushing forward. Oh, wow. The way that you see yourself and the way that others see you, shit. You guys are pulling some big majors here. Temperance. Tempering your heart with your mind, right? And again, I mean, it's like the Hangman, needing to see things differently, right? Tempering those emotions, needing to have that balance. And patience. And patience with yourself when it comes to your emotions. And really with the Chariot, yeah, there's some momentum forward, but, patience and balance in order to see those emotions differently. It's like you're wanting to just skip past it, but there's something clearly that needs to be dealt with first. But I like seeing temperance because, again, it's guidance. It's guidance coming through to help you with those emotional issues. In your environment, the Ten of Wands, yeah, see, it's carrying too much shit. The Ten of Wands, it's an ending, right? But the problem is that there is an overwhelming feeling. I mean, it leads back into the Ace of Wands, which is perfect, right? But right now in your environment, it's like you're overwhelmed. And it makes sense. I mean, especially if you're starting something new as far as your work goes and your finances, right? And then having, emotional issues to deal with on top of that. Yeah. And I feel like it's obvious between what's in your environment and where your conscious mind is focused. Overwhelmed by emotional hurt. And temperance, you need to get that balance. You need to find that balance. Your hopes and your fears, the Knight of Cups. Now, to me, there's like this feeling here of really following your heart. But, again, with the Knight of Cups, there's a need here for follow through. Right? But when you look at what you have going on here, I mean, that's definitely what you're trying to do, but you need to get some self-control over your emotions. And it's like you're hoping to do that. The Knight of Cups is like, there's also that feeling there of receiving messages of love and romance. But again, it's about actions. It being in your hopes and your fears tells me that, you're wanting to follow your heart, because that's one of the things with the Knight of Cups in this deck is that, going off on a whim. But then the other thing too is here, this could suggest like wanting to have those messages of love come to you. It's what you're hoping for, right? Because you're working. And then you've had some emotional hurt, needing to see it differently, being overwhelmed with everything that's going on, and then hoping for some romance is what I feel like, But again, it's also you, right? I mean, you following your heart. But there's definitely a need for balance, man. Oh, and the outcome. And that's perfect to see, because that to me is saying that, again, the threes, the manifestation. And what happens with the Three of Cups is that, there are people working with you. The Three of Cups is a support system. These are the people that are celebrating the work that you've done. So, I love it, because I feel like, with the Knight of Cups there, you really start to correct those emotional issues. It's like you understand that hanging on to those emotional, painful things is overwhelming, and then you find that balance. I mean, you're showing up as temperance, tempering your heart with your mind. You're really getting control over the emotions that are in the forefront. And, again, with the Hangman being in the subconscious, you're seeing it differently. Not all is lost here, right? And then you come out celebrating. And again, the threes, there's that manifestation happening, and there's those people working with you, and they're celebrating your success. These are the people that care about you and love you and want to celebrate the work that you've done. Celebrating all the good things that you have in your life. It's fantastic, because it's like you turn it around. Where your focus is on the Three of Cups, you change the focus to the celebration in the Three of Cups. I like it. All right. Oh, well now, who's that? Oh, somebody from the past, I see. Okay, so now, who's the King of Swords? Because that is not you. This could be an air sign. This is somebody who is a very logical, critical thinker, right? And with the Six of Cups, this could be somebody from the past. That seems to be a big thing here recently, with people from the past coming through, and you guys are no exception at all. And this person is celebrating with you, and then seeing the Knight of Cups there, what's going on, Pisces? Like, what happened here? I have to say that, what I'm noticing with the Pisces readings is that when shit starts to go wrong, man, you guys are not running from it anymore. You are really digging into it and changing things for yourself. It's amazing. I love it, because it seems to be a continuous theme. You're not running away from the issues, You may have overdone it before, and I can understand the Four of Pentacles being there, like needing to hang on to what you have so that you can restart, right? It's like you're understanding that there is a need here to, work your way up. And you're doing that. Self-control, patience, and balance, seeing the emotions differently. And then there's these messages, right? Because again, the Knight of Cups, I mean, that definitely can represent you. And you, following your fancies, right? But being the messenger of love and romance, and then seeing the King of Swords, right? And just the word is enough for me to be like, what's happening here? But really, this is you changing that conversation that you have with yourself. And you guys are amazing. You're not running away from the issues. You're really digging in and correcting them, and I love it. And magic. And absolutely, you guys are fantastic about seeing the magic in life and really appreciating it because you understand it in a way that nobody else does. And I love it. I love healing. Believe that there will be healing of the emotional pain, which I really feel like you do believe in it. For sure. Especially with what you're pulling out with the Three of Cups. And magic, seeing the magic in life and the magic in the universe and the way that things unfold the way that they do. It's beautiful. I love it, Pisces. I think that you guys are doing fantastic for yourselves and you're really starting to change your situations around. And congratulations to you because, again, instead of running away, you are dealing with it and you're doing the right thing for yourself. All right, Pisces. God love you guys. So at first I worried that, with the Four of Pentacles, that maybe you guys are hanging on to some emotional pain, right? Especially with the Five of Cups being in the conscious mind. But this is amazing. It's amazing how you turn this around. You understand that there's a need to see those emotions differently. You're coming in as temperance. People are seeing you as being patient, being balanced, tempering your emotions. It's beautiful. And then you come out celebrating because you're having these second chances here with new opportunities for, I feel like, financial gain for you guys. It's like, you took advantage of the messages that were coming through with the Page of Pentacles. But the other thing here too is that, you're hanging on to those opportunities even though maybe in the past you were burnt by the sun. You might have overdone it. And now you have a new opportunity and you're going after it and you're celebrating it. And then the other thing is I feel like maybe you are celebrating it with somebody from the past who may be giving you some loving messages like, who's this, right? And God love you guys for not running away from your issues. You are dealing with them big time. I mean, look at the majors you pulled here. Second chances. You're really putting in the work. You're taking advantage of the opportunities. You have guidance coming through with temperance where you are tempering those emotions. You're getting control. There is momentum forward in the things that you were trying to manifest, but you're getting control over that. It's beautiful. I love it, Pisces. You guys are doing fantastic and you're really understanding that you need to see those emotions differently. And what I love here is how you turn 3 spilled cups into celebration. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. And what you pulled here with the soul trees is amazing. There will be healing. I love it. And then with magic, absolutely, you guys are fantastic about recognizing the magic in life and the magic in the universe and the way that things happen. It's beautiful. And then believe that things are going to turn out the way that you're wanting them to, because you're really putting in the work here. And definitely you deserve to manifest those things, especially with all the inner changes that you're doing as well. It's beautiful. I love it, Pisces. I think April's going to be fantastic for you. And definitely, if you guys are celebrating with somebody from the past, let me know. I'd like to hear about who this person is.